We're in the coastline of Congo.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about
Gambia.
the happy coast of Africa.
So, Gambia. We heard a lot of Gambia.
How are you?
Why you always do it?
Because you have to chill.
Well, you say hello.
Now Bettina, she wants to get into, she's German, she wants to get into the point. I want to play around with it, but she's like, Gambia.
Always.
This.
Yeah, in my mind there is like a plan, and an agenda.
Yeah.
So I'm going.
Yeah, she's like, okay, check.
We talk about this. We have to end.
Yeah, but for me, it's like more or less it's a conversation. So let's just have a chat and bring the memories back.
Okay.
Okay? It was the summer of 2009. No. Gambia. Actually, we hesitated so much before going to Gambia. We had so much thoughts back and forward.
Yeah, we also heard a lot of things about Gambia, and mainly the problem what we heard is the border.
Yeah.
Here it would be like very corrupt, and they would give you so much struggle, and they would ask for so much money, especially the drug enforcement.
Yes.
So
We even heard that maybe they will stop you and rip your car.
happened.
You rip your car off and search every single corner inside your car. And since we have drone, we have some equipment, we have some.
But that's not the biggest issue for them. It's the biggest issue is like the drug enforcement.
Yeah.
So basically what we heard about Gambia is that like the moment you enter the country, that you will be controlled.
Yeah, well, just to put I think everyone in story, because we watched together El Chapo, and we know why it's happening there. So the cartel back in Mexico, when they expanded in the world, apart from America, they went actually to Africa, and the Gambia was one of the doors to sell drugs in Africa. And the cartel from Mexico, they were selling a lot of drugs over here. So cocaine, heroin, all type of hard drugs, marijuana, all these things. So Gambia is well known for drug cartels also, and drug problems in general.
In the past, no?
It's still
Okay.
it's a country known for that, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like it's a country that the cartel kind of took over in a specific moment when they had this expansion, yeah, and that's why there is a lot of special forces for drug enforcement,
And they check.
the cars, the foreigner cars. They see if they have drugs or something like that. And
Yeah, so basically we heard from some friends of us, which they traveled in Gambia, or they wanted to enter to Gambia, that they went inside, and what they did was really they were ripping off the whole car, like emptying everything what is inside, and they were checking for everything. And they were making a big fuss because they said like, well, this is not allowed, because every traveler, has some medications, more or less, either for headache or for diarrhea or what.
Viagra, you never know.
And then they start like when there is someone who is not like going with the rules.
Yeah.
Maybe this person would start questioning it and telling you, this is not allowed and you have to pay something, and then. So that was the reason why we were questioning if we should really do it or not, because yes, we have here and there some medication also, and we didn't want to have the problems. But finally, we decided we will go, and because just because it happened to this person doesn't mean that it happened to us. And we were curious, and that's why we wanted to see.
And we were far away in Senegal, and we still drove like 400 kilometers back towards Banjul just to do the borders. You remember we were in Touba.
Yeah.
We drove all the way down from Touba to because we could have actually just circled Senegal and not cross to Gambia at all, but we did, and it was fun.
We just stayed literally 3 nights there, so 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days total, yeah.
But if it was just because we had an appointment in Senegal with our friends, but if it would have been this way that we would have been free, we would definitely stay.
Yeah, I would stay, I think, a month or so in Gambia, yeah. Because it's, I mean, we were there, it was completely dry out, the country. Like really dry out, a dry season, like it's very hot, very humid, very dry. But we loved the people there. They were one of the super nicest people we have been so far with. How welcoming they are, how happy they are, and they just like to chill and hang out with foreigners. And it's a nice thing, you know. You feel you're really welcomed. You don't feel in danger or anything like that.
Yeah. Also, it's very funny because always they say like, which it's the only country so far, which they told us this is like, don't you want to live in Gambia? You can open a company and then I can work for you. Or something like this. They really want to have foreigners. They want foreigners to invest.
And you can see this in Banjul, that there is a lot of expat there. There's a lot of foreigners. Mainly Americans in the UK because of the English factor. But it's, we arrived, we arrived to the country and it was a nice experience. We'll talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, we arrived early in the morning, I think around 10 or 9 in the morning. It was a land border.
It is a land border, which is very cute because there is just the people passing, going. Yeah. Because they just go with the ID, the people between Senegal and Gambia. So it was a small border and they were just like passing there and it was very relaxed. They tried to get some money for the stamps, but it's like a thing. Many times this happens, nothing new.
No, we went, I think, we didn't want to take a fixer, but a guy was really sticking to us. So he was with us, showing us the offices and stuff, and I told him from the beginning, we don't give you anything. But he was with us still to show us around and said, no, you're Moroccan, blah, blah, you're your friend, we stay with together, blah, blah, blah. So he was with us and we went inside. First thing we did was, before that we stamped out of Senegal. And then we entered, it's a joint border. And then in Gambia, we started first with the registration of the car. So we made first of all the passavant for the car. And there we paid 5,000 CFA, which is around 9 or 7 euros, 7 or 8 euros total for the car. It was valid for 1 month. So because we don't travel with a CDP, so you know about this also. And after that, we went directly inside to get
the health check.
Before that we did the health check.
So this who everyone is very feared about was super cool. Yeah. The guy was super, super nice. He just asked us for the COVID vaccination.
No,
he did.
Also COVID, yeah.
I don't know why, because usually, yes, in COVID time it was necessary, but usually we never have been asked, and it was the first time that someone asked us. We have it, so no problem.
But the funny thing is, he asked me about my yellow fever vaccine. I didn't have it yet.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't have my yellow vaccination. I have it now, but back then I didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
So he asked for it, it's somewhere in the car, it's alright. It's like, okay, it's no problem.
Okay, yeah.
And I think one of the factors also is that the guys were Muslim also, so they were happy since it was Ramadan and. So it was a nice environment in total.
Yeah, it was no problem. They didn't check our car. No. They didn't ask us for any medication.
The whole border, I think, took like 10 minutes.
It was very fun.
We went inside an office and the guy, he was...
Yeah, then the fixer was actually the one who tried to get some money from me, from the stamp. And then he said later you have to pay me this money for the stamp. And I was like, what? And in this moment we were going to the police officer who were sitting inside to put the names. And then I said to him, what? Why do we have to pay now for the stamping? That's so weird. And I did this on purpose because you never know. And the other police officer was like, what? No, you don't have to pay for the stamping. And then this guy, the fixer, because it's not legal, he was like, no, I mean, just for the first of all, you have to pay, not this, it's for free, obviously. So, sometimes it's help.
Yeah, and Bettina, because she has the right, as a German passport, I think European passports in general, but as a German passport, you have the right to stay
21 to 28 days.
Yeah.
But because that's also a big, big important thing to say. Gambia is a country which the people just cross most of the time.
Yeah, it's 70 kilometers if you want to cross down.
So some people, they just really in one day they cross. So don't make the mistake to say this at the border. Even if you do it, don't tell them. Say you want to travel here, you want to see everything, you want to stay forever, you want to see all the sights and stuff. Because if you say that you want just to pass, they are not happy about it. And sometimes they just like give you a few days, really, like 1 day, 2 days. And yeah, they're not nice then.
I mean, I heard a story that of a woman recently, and I know it's related to the story, but this happened to her in South Africa. And she has a German passport also, and she wants to just cross South Africa to go to Mozambique. But the problem was that she said
There are people I'm waiting.
she said that she just wants to cross,
Yeah.
and at the end they gave her just 3 days.
Yeah, and then you never know, you know. Maybe you like the country at the end.
No, her car broke down.
Yeah,
And then she
saw the story.
has to go to the immigration, and then they didn't allow her to extend. She said either you are married or you have a medical emergency. That's the only option you can extend.
Yeah.
And now she's illegally in the country. She will be banned from South Africa for 1 year. So it's a big, big fuss.
And she has to pay a fine.
Yeah, you have to pay also a fine.
Because
So once you are in Gambia, don't do the mistake of telling them you just want to cross. Tell them you want to plan, you want to travel around, you want to see the country. And that's very helpful because once we said this to them, Bettina got, instead of 21 days, 1 month.
yeah, you get 1 month. Yeah.
And I got also, because I have a Moroccan passport, I am allowed to stay 3 months, 90 days.
Yeah, but they gave him also 1 month
They gave-
because obviously it was stay 1 month.
So it was quite easy border.
Oh.
They tried once this corruption thing, but apart from that.
But it was a fixer also.
Yeah.
Actually.
And we entered the country. First thing we did was taking the ferry.
Yeah.
We would advise you to take the VIP ticket. We didn't take the VIP ticket, we took the normal ticket.
Because for us, we were like, well, it doesn't make sense because either way you are in the line and you're waiting. But later when we were on the boat, we understood why it is better to take the VIP.
Yeah, because if you have the normal ticket, they will always fill up the VIP, and the ferry is not big. So the VIP mostly take like 90% of the ferry, and then the rest has to wait. So we were the very last car that goes
Just
inside the ferry.
after us was another car,
Yeah, the Brazilian.
the Brazilian, and he was the very last car. And after this, the
ferry.
close,
They closed the door.
and then it's done, and you have to wait for the other ferry.
Another
If
hour.
there is another ferry, I don't know how.
Yeah, there is, but you have to wait like
Yeah,
an
but you have
hour or
to
two
wait.
sometimes.
So
Take the VIP.
we were like, okay, that was lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, we went inside. We arrived to Banjul, and Banjul was a cute city.
Yeah, very cute. We even had lunch there.
Yeah, we didn't buy lunch. It was Ramadan, but we bought food.
Yeah,
We bought food from a Mauritanian restaurant there, and then we went down to the beach.
Yeah, and then we had lunch there after the.
We slept actually in Banjul's beach. It was fun.
We had to sleep inside the car.
Because
It was super windy.
but we slept inside the car, not inside the tent. But it was fine. It was really safe. No problems at all. We didn't feel like insecure or anything like that. We liked the city, the Banjul. The next morning we went strolling around the city, discovering the city, trying to find things here and there. And it was nice.
Yeah, also what I really did enjoy about Gambia is that it's the first English-speaking country. Every other country has French as second language.
Yeah.
So it was very nice for me to interact with the people. And also an important thing is maybe for people who are more comfortable to speak in French, try to speak English with them because they're a little bit upset
When
if you speak French. Because they're proud.
They're proud of the English.
Yeah, being from Gambia and speaking English, they're proud of this. So they feel a little bit offended. Like that's what they told us. And what we heard from others.
the country is kind of growing. It's very safe from what we saw.
The road was very good.
The roads
they had.
they had two main roads, and one is on the north side of the river. The second one is on the south side of the river, and both are very good roads. Around 300 kilometers stretch back and 300 stretch, for like front, back, or whatsoever. And but in Banjul, getting the supplies in general was not complicated. I mean, we had supplies in already.
Yeah.
But in general, you can see everything everywhere. There is banks, there is laundry machines. We even could do many things there. There is spare parts for Land Rovers everywhere. Yeah, you can buy a Land Rover cheaper.
Yeah. Also, it was good because after some time we changed money to the currency.
Yeah.
But after some time we didn't have so much because we just calculated like more or less how much we need, and at the end I remember we needed some fuel, but we didn't have enough money, and they were at least so kind that let us pay with CFA.
Yeah.
It's very nice, and we would
One day we would.
more about it and stuff. It's very beautiful and cute country, and the people were super nice. I remember very well because we were there in the dry season. There's a very famous camp spot and the river, and I think a lot of overlander go there because it's an overlander, so that's
Yeah.
and it's very nice. And the only thing what we had, because it was dry season and it was very dry, not a lot of water.
Yeah, because the river is quite salty.
Yeah, because sometimes there can be even hippos. We were not lucky, but so we were like really sleeping at the riverside. You have to go through a village. Some people, they pay a little bit of money. We didn't,
No.
because Hussein really he always has the African brotherhood bonus. So we arrived there, and then I made some dishes, and one bee came, and then the second bee came, saying, look, they're so thirsty and stuff. And suddenly there was like a whole bunch of bees, and then we escaped from them because they were like surrounding us everywhere. They go inside the car. It was crazy. We removed the car. They follow us. It was crazy. And then we went with the car into the forest, and there were like this other one.
Yeah, the ones that like flies.
By horse flies, I think they're called. And they bite. So we were like in between them trying to figure out. It was crazy. It was really crazy.
No, we
had
for me, the image I have of Gambia is a deserted country with trees. Why? Because we were really in April there, and it was super dry.
yeah.
And even you see the monkeys running around and stuff, and everything looks just extremely dry. And the river is beautiful, but I couldn't support how dry it was for me,
But we saw in the meantime really videos about Gambia.
Yeah,
Also
Gambia.
Senegal,
Yeah, Senegal.
in the rain season, or when there was already rain, and it's totally different.
Yeah. So it depends on your experience, depends on what
Depends
you're
when you
there,
go there, yeah.
stuff. But in general, what we would say about Gambia is that the people are super welcoming.
Yeah.
The country has beautiful beaches. The country has beautiful riversides and river camp places.
Yeah,
You can-
good.
They have very good and tasty food. It's super cheap. It's not expensive at all. You can buy a lot of things for cheap, You can have a meal for 2 people for less than €3, like rice and chicken and stuff like that. Not like Senegal. Senegal, because of CFA, everything is more expensive. And but Gambia in general, you can find things cheaper, and it's white people friendly. It's a country that loves white people. So if you're overlanding there as a white person from a European or American or whatever country, expect that the people will be super nice to you as long as you don't speak with them French right away.
Or you say you are just passing.
Yeah, that's just something.
Even if you want to pass, or if you want to leave this day, just say you want to. And
Well, that's what we did. We stayed there 4 days. But we always said, we'll discover the country. We have been here and there, blah, blah. And we ask always in the checkpoints, because between every 20 kilometers, you will find 5 checkpoints.
yeah, that's quite annoying actually, because they're like in every village is a checkpoint,
Yeah.
and they don't check you, but they come to chat. I'm telling you, they're coming to the window like, hey, how are you? What are you doing? And that's it. They don't ask you much. They just want to chat a little bit.
So be nice, have a big smile with them, and chat with the checkpoints, police and military, because you have different ones. You have military, you have drug enforcement, you have different ones. Just be nice with them and chats. And if they ask you for something, what do you have for me? Give them a big smile and move around. That's it. What's your? I have a little question because you said you liked Gambia because it's the English-speaking factor. Yeah. The question I have is, if you would come back one day to Gambia, would you live there or not?
Living in Gambia? No, I don't.
You wouldn't live there?
No.
Okay.
Because, I don't know. I think I cannot really say a reason actually. But I think to live somewhere, you have to feel it, You have to say, okay, this is the place I want to live. Or maybe you have a reason like job or family or a husband.
Okay.
But to say like, I would then.
I see.
So I think, but I can imagine it's also nice to live there because they're very inviting when it comes to expats and
Yeah.
you have many opportunities. People are happy. I think it's not bad to live there.
No. Country is beautiful. It's as I said.
It's small, I think everyone knows.
Yeah, it's expat friendly and it's not far away from Europe. It's close by. It's not so bad. But in general, for me, it's what I don't like. It's too small. It's just too small.
Yeah, it's really just the river.
You feel that it's
The river hit the road.
Yeah. You feel that you want to go to the. You want to just go a little bit. You have just 15 kilometers.
Already, yeah. It's very small country.
Yeah, you feel like.
So you would never live in Luxembourg
No.
because it's a city country.
No, for me, it's just I need space to run away from people. I need a little bit. I mean, it does offer that in the forest and stuff, but still, it's too small. It's too small, yeah. So, any final thoughts about Gambia?
Just go, check it out, explore a little bit more. Let us know how it is because we couldn't see so.
And the biggest advice would be for us is to say to the police or the checkpoints you want to travel in the country and visit the country. And with that, you can get more days to stay in the country in your visa. And also you will get the fact that people will be so welcoming to you, the checkpoints will be so happy, and they wouldn't annoy you. And that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for Gambia. And if you have any other questions,
Let us know.
as we told you, this episode will be short, not as long as the other ones.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions about Gambia, we have our Instagram.
Everywhere we are available, email, Facebook, Instagram, comments here below.
Well, that's it for Gambia, and we'll see you in the Nia Conakry.